And I thought, how about we hear the story of the death and resurrection of Jesus from Mary Magdalene? So I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to read two stories for us, so stay tuned.
My name is Chisom, aka Chisom the Lamp Holder, and you are welcome to my channel, a place where stories reveal meaning and reality receives form. Beyond the story you will hear, let your imagination travel a time lived by people like you and I.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. It has definitely been a minute. So last week was the celebration of Easter, and I thought, how about we hear the story of the death and resurrection of Jesus from Mary Magdalene? So I hope you enjoy this. I'm going to read two stories for us, so stay tuned. All right, but let the one who has never seen through the first stone. I was part of the steaming crowd gathered around Jesus as the woman was brought. She looked so broken and battered, and I stood there thinking, this could have been me. I certainly was no better. My family would call me the blackened, lost sheep, and truths that cringed even now. Here I was looking at him as he wrote on the ground. All her accusers dispersed, and I stood by the side. I wanted to know what he would say. To my complete bafflement, he said to her, "Go, your sins are forgiven you." Who speaks with such authority and certainty? I wish he could send the same words my way. Some days I feel like going to the temple, and some days I'm confused by the voices flooding my mind. Sin had wrapped me in his embrace like a clueless babe in the hands of his mother, except that safety was not a guarantee. Up, down, bottom, I was beginning to lose sight of where I truly belonged in the village. Then providence was on my part. He only had to speak, and I was free as a bird, free from the tricks of the devil. I didn't know it was that simple. So why wouldn't I pour my thanks offering at his feet? No other priest could save me, yet one who shouldn't even consider me as worthy saved me. I walked into the room, full of my previous customers, who all but scorned me now. I wasn't giving in to their demands any longer. I went straight to Jesus, and I poured all my affection, dried his feet and kissed it. I can hear the sneering still. They would all stone me if they could. Yet he looked at me with love, and I knew his feet would be where I would be seated forever. Even my sister could never get me anywhere else. I can't believe it. I know he said it several times, but I couldn't find my Lord. They took him away from me, away from my reach to die the criminal death. If I could wield a sword, I would have started a revolution in my attempt to rescue. Then again, I remember, the one who has never sinned should throw the first stone. He took my sin, your sin, and nailed it at the cross. This was not knowledge based on a song, but one I saw because he saved me from my oppression. A weep here and a weep there, and tears like an ocean filled my eyes. This doesn't change a thing. I will still stay at my Lord's feet, and I will wait patiently to see and hear him speak. Stop it! He didn't do anything. He didn't. But all the more the cry rose, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" And he stood like a lamb taken to the slaughterhouse. I've seen him push through a mob before. Why not do the same? Jesus, please. And he smiled again. a smile full of peace and a quiet resolve. Maybe they needed to see him exalted to be saved. Maybe his father would save him from the cross. Maybe, just maybe. On and on they hit the nails into his palms and feet. There were my 7 demons, gone. The men I slept with, gone. The lies I had told to keep up with my act, gone. The things I stole, gone. The seductive thoughts, gone. You name it all. They were all gone. I saw it all rising like incense, a cleansing offering to God, and I broke down right there at the feet of the cross. He paid the debt he did not owe. I owed the debt I could not pay, and the right person came for me. It is finished. The earth quaked, rocks split, and the curtain in the temple tore in two from top to bottom. Those were the last words I heard, and I watched him lie there lifeless, gone. Yet my faith is in him, who said he would rise again on the 3rd day. I'm seated, waiting with oil in my alabaster box. Okay, so that was the first part of the story. My God, tell me what you think. Drop your comments. Welcome back. Let's get to the second story. It is the 3rd day. I must go to find my Lord, the one who saved me and called me as his own. On getting to the tomb, the stone was rolled away, but my Lord wasn't there. Something is wrong. They have taken my Lord away. I stood confused as hot tears rolled down my cheeks. Who would want me now? Nobody likes me. They think I'm caught up in my own world. But the truth is, world as thick as Jericho surrounds me, built from past experiences and trauma, and only my Lord has been able to break through to get to me. It was only a defensive system. Hopefully, my fraud wouldn't be exposed. He saved a wretch like me, who once was lost, blind, and stuck in the circus of a maze. He isn't here. Who has taken my Lord? Devastated, I sat in the garden close to the tomb, and I fell back to the Garden of Eden. But unlike Eve, there was no serpent to deceive me. I was my own deceiver. Thoughts whirled through my mind, pictures changing with the speed of light, and I knew the 7 demons were waiting expectantly at the edge of the garden. I don't know what to do, but he said he would rise on the 3rd day. My alabaster oil was still in my hands, ready to pour all on my Lord. I am obviously not worthy. I won't even try to mince words. I am worse than the story of the Samaritan woman. I am worse than the prophet Uzziah's wife. But I doubt after my Lord there would be another who would stick with me. Then I saw a gardener walking towards me, and quickly I remembered the words of my Lord. I am the true vine, and my Father is the gardener. He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit he prunes, so that it will be even more fruitful. You are already clean because of the words I have spoken to you. Remain in me, and I will remain in you. But, excuse me, sir, do you know where they have taken my Lord to? I can't find him, and I have looked everywhere. Tears welled up again in my eyes, and I was almost choked on my own pain. There was something familiar about his fragrance. There was something familiar about the way he looked at me. I was lost in the love I saw beaming in his eyes. Yet, my mind couldn't fathom it. I was still lost in the past. The words around me were thicker and taller, and I doubt anyone else could break through and get to me. I was afraid of what I would do after I left the garden. Mary. Who said that? Was it a voice in my heart? My Lord's voice? Mary. Then I realized it was the man standing in front of me, but he looked so different, and yet I knew this was my Lord, here again for me. Rabbi, my Rabbi. As I made to hug him, suddenly every thought was no more, and all that remained was a calm I still can't explain. A peace deep within and an envelope of love surrounding my entire being. You can't hug me, Mary, for I have not ascended to the Father. Yet, as he spoke, I felt a warm embrace around me. My Lord has come to save me. I am the weary one, and he has surely come. I fell on my knees once more when I remembered how I had doubted. Rabbi, I'm sorry. I forgot all you had done, and because I couldn't find you, because I felt you were no more with me, I was ready to return to my vomit like an uncultured dog. Sin was calling, and I was reaching out for an embrace too. Mary, look at me. I lifted up my eyes, thinking I would see disappointment and judgment, but instead, I saw love and hope. It's all paid for. It is finished. You are not what I saved you from anymore. You have become what you truly are, a child of God, our Father. Yes, my alabaster box has been poured again, and I won't stop pouring, because this is the man that knows all I have ever done and still wants me and still comes running after me. Suddenly he was gone, and I knew I had to tell everyone, but they didn't believe me because some still saw me by what they used to know me by. But I know what my Lord has done for me. I am always with you. I know this is a long story, but trust me, this is so heartfelt. I can literally feel what Mary felt. I can literally feel it because I've been there. You've been there. So this is a call from God to you. He's always with you. He's never left. It's not about your past. It's not about what you did before. It's not about what you cannot forgive yourself for. It's about what he did by dying on the cross. And I hope this story really speaks to your heart. Let this not be a waste of time. It cannot even be a waste of time. God is deliberate about you. Thank you so much for listening to this story. We'll do this next week. I love you. Bye.
Stories are like airplanes, taking us to places we have or have never been before. I hope you enjoyed the journey. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. I love to see your likes and comments. Keep it coming. Stay blessed.